Here's the Fable 5 move almost nobody's making, and it matters most if you run a business. You've built a Claude skill or two, Claude follows it. But when did you last go back and fix the skill itself? So I flipped it. I pointed Fable at the skill that edits my videos and had it fix itself. Same skill cut both of these, one before Fable and one after. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Fable to audit your skills to make them even more powerful. Now, real quick, so this makes sense, this is the system that cuts and edits my YouTube shorts. Claude calls it a skill. It's a set of instructions you write once that tells Claude exactly how to do a job. This skill is pretty dense. Hook rules, how dense the cuts should be, how the pacing's supposed to work. And here's the thing that matters. All of these have to agree with each other. If the hook rule fights the pacing rule, the edit comes out wrong and you'd never know why. Now, I've developed this thing, I've used it for months, I've gotten hundreds of thousands of views, and I could not tell you off the top of my head whether all of these rules actually line up. No human could hold all of it in their head at once. And that's the whole reason this is a Fable job and not just any model. Fable can read the entire system, all the rules, all the seams between them at the same time, and tell me where it contradicts itself and where there is room for improvement. So that's what we're about to make it. So here's the prompt. Notice I'm not asking it to make anything. I'm asking it to improve the skill so it gets me better results. And it has to surface all the problems and all the gaps that it finds, because a bug that I can't see the effect of isn't worth fixing. Now let's jump to the result. All right, so here's the audit report, and it actually went ahead and found 8 improvements to make. And as an added bonus, when it did the audit, not only did it read the skill file, it also saw an existing project inside Claude code and compared that against the skill and used that in the audit. So most important, it found that there's no sound design in the skill at all. And that's because I initially had a separate skill for it. But Claude suggests including audio design in the skills so we get a finished product in one go. It found some issues with colors. It found an issue that the first frame is essentially blank. A really important issue that it found is that scenes collide with captions. And you can actually see it in the short that we generated, where the underlying layer is actually overwritten by the caption. Another important pattern, there's visual sameness across scenes. Throughout the duration of the video, the background color in the essential color scheme is exactly the same. There isn't enough variation to keep the short engaging. And it found a couple of other issues with the CTA and whether to use existing footage or not. All in all, I think these are really solid suggestions, and once we implement these and rerun the skill with the exact same script, we'll be able to see a side-by-side comparison of the before and after. So we're just going to say make the changes. By the way, if you're finding this useful and you want to work with me one-on-one to implement AI automation systems in your business, there's a link to apply in the description. Right, so here it is. Fable went ahead and made all these fixes to my skill. And here's what I want to be clear about. We're not changing the model that does the editing. The first short was edited by Fable, and the next one is going to be edited by Fable as well. The same engine before and after, but the only thing that changed is the skill, the system that tells it what to do. So next, we're going to run this exact same short back through, same topic, same footage, same everything, through the fixed skill, and we'll review each one side by side. Now, rerunning the updated skill using Fable 5, the same voice and the same script.
Claude Fable 5 just dropped, and the best use for it isn't building anything new. Quick version, it's Anthropic's most powerful model yet, a whole tier above Opus. It can hold an entire system in its head at once. Claude Fable 5 just dropped, and the best use for it isn't building anything new. Quick version, it's Anthropic's most powerful model yet, a whole tier above Opus. It can hold an entire system in its head at once.
We use the same model, the same script, and the same voiceover, and the fixed skill clearly generates a way superior edit. So the difference isn't just the editing, it's the system behind the editing. So here's what I want you to take away from this, and it's bigger than just this one editing skill. Everyone right now is using Fable to do stuff, build the app, beat the game, one-shot the thing. That's fine, but the real leverage isn't using it as a worker. It's pointing it at the systems that already do your work for you and having it make those better. I didn't get better at editing. I had Fable fix the thing that does the editing, and that's the move. I call it editing the editor, and you can do it with any system you've built. Skills, prompts, agentic workflows, the stuff that almost works. Fable can hold the whole thing at once and find the spots you can't see, including the ones you built yourself and stopped questioning months ago. Now that Fables fixed one of your systems, the next question is which one to point it at next. That's the next video. Subscribe so that you catch it. I'll see you in the next one.